All right, guys. So I think this is really important. I couldn't stress this out. On my previous recording, I already said that, well, we got the news that Kamala Harris might agree with crypto. Well, he didn't specifically say it's crypto is digital assets. But today there's another news that she's actually using the word crypto. Let me show it to you. Um, and then today there's this news that uh, the chairman Gary Gensler says Bitcoin is not a security, which is it's a misnomer because Bitcoin has already approved as an ETF, and then there's an ETP. But there's this really interesting article. I'm gonna show it to you by X16C. But before that, I just wanna show it to you that Kamala Harris actually used the word crypto for the first time. Oh, sorry, not crypto, blockchain. But it's only one word out of like several pages. So he's using this. Okay.
In the sectors that will define the next century. We will invest in biomanufacturing and aerospace, remain dominant in AI and quantum computing, blockchain and other.
There he goes. He used the word blockchain. Okay. So he doesn't use the word crypto. Um, and then Mark Cuban, I think just yesterday, recently said that, where is it? Yeah, so Mark Cuban put this. I talked to the Harris team today, who told me in no uncertain terms, which means certain terms, that they are against regulation through litigation, which is uh, basically what Gary Gensler has been doing. He has been doing regulation through litigation, which has been suing like Coinbase, has been like giving a Wells notice to Coinbase, to Robinhood, to Kraken, and then suing I think Uniswap, Coinbase, I'm not sure with Kraken, but basically he's been litigating. He's been giving lawsuits, like in lawsuits in a court, um, and Mark Cuban is saying that the Harris team, it's in no uncertain terms. What does it mean? It means in certain terms, right? It's not, it's no uncertain. It means they're certain that they are against the regulation, which is good. It is really, really good. If we can take the words of the Harris team, right? Uh, I have some still reservation about this, but this is all like several good signal, right? And then Mark Cuban said, "See you, Chancellor. You are living is a word of a point in GDP growth." That's so painful. Ouch. But poor Chancellor. That's crazy. And then Anthony Scaramucci, Gary Chancellor, please resign for the sake of country. Right? And then this is the original, um, basically, I would say the original tweet from Mark Cuban. So all of that has said and done. And then I want to show you the other one, Kamala's blockchain, that where is it? Is it here? Coin chapter. Blah blah blah. Reason is okay. So closely aligned with Brian Dees and Bharat Samaraj. Her advisor choices suggest she will keep her in hostile attitude. Hmm. Okay. So again, this is mixed, but this is actually is not a good signal. So it is remain ambiguous, right? But I would say, where is this? There's another article that says he uses the word digital assets in her like policy, like I don't know, like several pages of policy, which contains of probably like several hundreds or a thousand of words, but only one of those words out of a thousand digital assets is mentioned, right? That she will like protect it, whatever. Um, so I think it's this one, yeah. So here, so this is from the one of the policy of a new way forward from Kamala Harris and Governor Walz. So it will also encourage innovative technologies like AI and digital assets while protecting our consumer. So this is like out of like how many pages and a thousand of words, right? It's only being used one. So that's why there's that still like a question mark, and then there's that article like previously the one I shared to you that is ambiguous. But I think I'm very bullish on this article from A16C. A16C is the largest venture capitalist in the US, and also for crypto, they have the largest like assets being deployed on crypto. Um, it's led by Mark Anderson, which is the inventor of Netscape, and Ben Hundrowitz. So this is in their from their website, right? A16C crypto, right? So apparently, I just learned this. Like there's a Ethereum ETP. I did not know what's the difference between ETP and ETF until so let's read this, right? Ethereum ETP, why it matters for Ethereum. For Ethereum, the ETP approvals settle a long-standing question. At its inception, Ethereum, I'm just gonna make it bigger for you guys. Ethereum was created and financed by a combination of founders and investors, right? So the prominent role of these creators and supporters caused some to questions that the original distribution of Ether formed part of an investment contract. Thus, the security under federal law, because it's an investment contract that makes it a security. This is part of the a lot of like ongoing debate why like the SEC is so like okay, so especially Gary Gensler, oh that's the security, that's not security. It's so confusing, and this is I think part of the reason why the price has been kind of depressed for the past probably 5 6 years, because all of this like um, uncertainty, right, whether it's a security or not, and then there's a lot of like crypto developers actually going outside the US because they're afraid that they might get sued, and even worse, they might get into jail, right? So okay, I'm going to continue. Over time, the role of this early participant diminished, and the development of the Ethereum blockchain become diffuse, right? So today it rests in the hands of its user community. This is key. So it rests in the hands of the user community, which means it's not a centralized company anymore, right? Because basically this is what is crypto is: decentralized like governance, decentralized like community, right? Where everyone is like a leader. There's no like one strong leader, right? Is very inclusive in this sense, and very diverse, and it's very like I would say kind of equal opportunity, which is what the Democrat actually wants, right? Because the Democrat their mission has been diversity, inclusive, and equal opportunity, right? So this is actually what crypto is, right? So I'm going to continue. An asset status as a security or a non-security affects the way it regulated. Ether being a non-security makes it more like other commodities, so like oil that have no central owner and operator. If Ether were a security, that would subject it and a transaction in it to a panoply of compliance and ongoing disclosure requirements. Worse yet, it is unclear how Ethereum could even comply with those rules, given that it is a decentralized open source project with many contributors and no single party in control. Those impossible to meet obligations could have severely jeopardized the promise of Ethereum and other blockchain technologies. The ETP listing, this is I think is important, indicate that the SEC has reevaluated the status of Ether, right? Whatever the circumstances around its launch may have been, it seems fair to conclude that the SEC is reaching its conclusion on an Ethereum ETP applied to its 2019 framework, which sets out how assets if involved in potential securities transaction can transition to become non-securities. So this is really important. Even though the first, like when it was launched, Ethereum could be viewed as a securities, can transition over time to become non-securities. So this is why the ETP listing is important. Its treatment of the Ethereum ETP indicates that SEC has concluded that Ethereum is not a security. Okay, I cannot emphasize this line like even more. Again, we can be confused what Kamala Harris or even Trump, even though Trump, I'm pretty sure he's like very pro crypto. I would say like 90% very pro crypto. I would say Kamala Harris is like 40, 60, 40% not pro, and then 60% not pro, right? But this is the proof of the pudding, right? This is what actually matters. Even though the SEC carry cancer has been like kind of attacking against crypto, has been hostile, but again, this is what matters. This is the Ethereum ETP has been approved by SEC, right? And then that indicates that Security Exchange Commission under Gary Gensler concluded that Ethereum is not security, and that offers and sales of Ethereum are not security transaction, thereby setting an example for others. Can you imagine how big this is? Like I couldn't emphasize. Okay, I'm so excited when I read this like yesterday. This is crazy. The repercussion of this, because Solana is going to be, I think, which is under security, it's under security before. If you're under security, that's why Robinhood was delisting Solana, even though Solana still can be, you can buy it under Coinbase. But Robinhood delisted Solana because they are afraid that they might get sued, even though they still get the Wells notice. So Robinhood still get the Wells notice. Wells notice is it's like a letter from the SEC that saying that SEC might have a suspicion that the platform is like some of the tokens could be a security. That's what Wells notice. That's why I understand. Okay, so next, why Ethereum ETP? Why it matters for the crypto industry? The SEC Ethereum ETP decision have major ramifications that extend far beyond Ethereum. After significant delay and regulatory uncertainty caused by the SEC ambiguity and silence around Ethereum, the new ETP indicates there is indeed a pathway for digital assets, securities to transition, okay? So digital asset security to transition to non-securities. Importantly, if Ether can become a non-security, then so can other digital assets, right? It's hard to imagine a more consequential precedent to set for it. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. 100% of this. So, this is so crazy. This letter, if you can just read it from the A16Z, this is so cool. It's just, this is the proof, right? The proof is in the pudding. No matter what Gary Gensler is doing on the background, like it feels like she's attacking or he's like hostile, but he approved the Ethereum ETP, and that's what's important, and that shows that then any other token can become a non-security as well. That means only one thing: number go up, right? So this is why it matters. So whether the again, everything I said is not financial advice. So please, crypto is very risky. If you want to put your money, I would suggest put small first. Yeah, and then you just don't care about the up and down. You just I would say dollar cost average. You just commit to yourself every week or every month, every a duration of time. You commit that you are going to kind of like put X amount of money into crypto. You know, that's the best way to like to get rid of your emotion, because you cannot invest with emotion, right? You have to invest with a cool head. So one of the best way to do it is you commit to yourself in X a duration of time. You commit to invest X amount of dollars to a specific tokens or several tokens, whatever it is. Could be Bitcoin, could be Ethereum, could be Solana, right? $100 a week or $100 every 3 days or $100 every month. It's up to you, yeah? Whatever you feel comfortable. Again, I'm not suggesting anything. Okay, I'm just saying this is a bullish sign for myself. So I'm just sharing this to you. Is take it as you will. Don't blame me if you put your money and then suddenly, oh, after 1 week it crashed. Oh, Danny said this is good. Yeah, well, it's I mean, it's this is not the financial advice. So just just if you cannot take the up and down, because crypto is risky, it's up and down, yeah, right? So don't do it. Okay, don't do it. No, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna again, I'm gonna continue. Whether the SEC wanted to hand the crypto market a win or not, it has. I agree. It has. The crypto market, it seems to be already like uh, it's already won because of this like approving of the Ethereum ETP, right? It's basically SEC is already acknowledging that the Ethereum, even though it's a security at the beginning, could be a non-security, right? So underscores the dynamic nature of crypto and the importance of modernizing securities regulation to accommodate crypto's integration into the broader system of commerce and financial transactions, right? Even if incidental regulatory progress is underway. So everything, this is just like very dynamic. It's kind of like changing. They're changing slowly. Yeah, the U.S. government of the regulatory approval is changing slowly, but they're changing. And the way I see it, they're changing in the right direction, although sometimes a bit like misguided, but now they're going into the right direction. The regulatory approval of the ATP listing potentially opens significant investor access to crypto assets. Monies go up, numbers go up. So not financial advice. Unlock billions of dollars in value and widens the universe of crypto asset investment. And indeed, we already have more than one issuer attempting to launch ATP in yet another crypto asset, Solana. Woo! Yay, Solana. Expect more to come. So what is ATP? This is just ATP is exchange traded products, are typically trusts or other entities that hold one or more underlying assets. ATP shares trade on national security exchanges and represent interest in those assets held by the trust. The shares are offered pursuant to registration statement filed with the SEC and effectively track the value of the asset held by the ATP. If you hold any exchange-traded basket of commodities such as SPDR, popular gold trading product, you are probably using ATP. Okay. Anything else I should probably read? Okay. So what's the difference between ETP and ETF? This is the one I'm just kind of confused. I'm still kind of confused. But I think there's some important statement over here that I want to share. So while offers of ETP, exchange traded products, ETF, exchange traded funds, are both SEC registered. They differ significantly in terms of regulatory requirements and structure. ETF are trusts that primarily hold securities. ETP are trusts that primarily hold non-securities. That's it. That's the proof on the pudding. I didn't know this before. That ETF are trusts that primarily, not 100%, primarily hold securities. ETP are the trusts that primarily hold non-securities. It's like the opposite. As a result, ETPs are registered as on SEC Form S1. Okay, this is very technical already, which is generally used for offers and sales of securities of issuers that are not investment companies under the Investment Company Act 1940. In contrast, ETF register of SEC Form N1A, a form of specially designated for investment company. So they're using a different form, which is S1, which is a sale of security issuers that are not investment companies, right? Put simply, an investment company is an entity that is engaged in the business of investing, owning, holding, and trading securities. Owns investment securities having value over exceeding 40% of the value of the entity's total asset. This regulatory difference has significance. ETP are treated like all other public companies, while they must comply with the reporting and other requirements of the SEC of 1934. They are not subject of the additional layer of regulation that comes with being a registered investment company. As that sounds good. By contrast, ETF, because they are in the business of investing in securities, become subject to the 40 Act and must comply with its many restrictions on liquidity, affiliated transaction, and host. Okay. Okay, I'm getting tired now. So let's see. Bitcoin and Ether are the two most prominent digital assets. They're you can read it again. I'm just gonna put the link so you guys can read it. What are the advantages of BTC and Ethereum ETPs? Yeah, you can read this on your own. It's kind of very technical, and I don't want to go into it. The one I understand that Ethereum ETPs cannot do any staking. So it's here. SEC orders approving them contain a prohibition against staking. So you cannot stake it. That means you cannot get additional revenue from Ethereum. If you stake it on Coinbase, you get like 2%. If you stake it directly on the blockchain itself using decentralized wallet, Coinbase has that too. It gives you like 1%, 2% more. So this is the right that direct holder of the asset can exercise. Ethereum ETP owners are now exposed to the underlying Ethereum assets, but precluded from earning any additional Ethereum staking. So that's the disadvantage. But on the other hand, it's like simpler because you can just buy and sell like really easily on the New York Stock Exchange, right? Under using like Robinhood or Charles Schwab, for example, and then the liquidity is kind of like deep. So it simplifies some aspect of the ETP, including reducing technical complexity, liquidity constraint, the risk of slashing, the loss of due computational misconduct, blah, blah, blah. So there's some benefits. On the other hand, being able to stake it that is directly held can provide a source of income different carrying cost of this. All right, so that's all for now. I think this is a really important article, and I think I can feel this is the beginning of the bull run, as you are already aware. Like a week or 2 weeks ago, like a week ago or several days ago, that Federal Reserve Jerome Powell already decreased the interest rate by 0.5%, and the market believe that he's gonna keep on reducing, and so it's gonna be like a soft landing. And the history say, based on the historical data, 86% after the Federal Reserve decreased the interest rate, 86% of the time, after 12 months, all the not all, I think majority of the stocks or investment assets is going to go up, which makes sense because when you reduce the interest rate, then people would want to borrow more from the bank. It will stimulate the economy, right? And it could also kind of printing more money, kind of, because if, for example, don't quote me on this, but what I understand is like if the money on the bank is not enough and people still want to borrow, then I think Federal Reserve can loan that money, right? Loan means like they print it basically, right? Kind of out of thin air. That's why I understand. Uh, so basically, the result of decreasing the interest rate, there's going to be more U.S. dollar or more money in the market circulating, because there are more money in the market. The interest rate of the U.S. Treasury is going to go down because it's just more money, right? Because when things are a lot more, then it's become a commodity. It's become like low value, and and the assets, people will use that money to buy more house, to buy more Tesla, whatever, like to buy more things, to do more business, and then to also to buy assets, and that's why the assets going to go up. According to history, 86% of them in the next 12 months, especially now. In 2 months is going to be a election. The more I think the case for bull case is going to be even stronger, because the incumbent, which is the Democrat, they want to win, right? And in order to win, they want everybody to kind of to vote for them, right? So they will not make the market crash, because it's gonna make some of the people are unhappy if the market crash during the election, right? So they want to make sure those people are happy, so they can vote for him, so they can still win the incumbent, right? Which is the Democrat now. I'm not going into politics. I'm not pro-Democrat. I'm just saying what the logic is. So, yeah. So I think, again, not financial advice. I think this is a bullish time. This is a bullish time, in at least in the next 12 months, and we'll see it from here. You can see now today is like Bitcoin is 65,000, right? Ethereum 26, Solana 146. So take it what it's worth. Please, again, not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm just sharing this, what I know. Peace. I'll see you next time.